Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I'm Penny. I'm a master esthetician in Portland, Oregon. Today I'm going to go over the NIOD line from Deciem. Deciem is the brand that has the Ordinary. They also have Hyaluronic and then they have NIOD. So they kind of have tiers of product. So obviously the Ordinary is your affordable range, and then Hyaluronic is your mid-range, and then NIOD is their upper end range. Across the board, I have to say that Deciem definitely has the most interesting ingredient decks of most skincare brands I've looked at, and I find it really fascinating to study their products. So in today's video, I'm going to go through 9 products. I'm going to give you my favorites, my fails, and of course, I'm going to give you an ingredient breakdown that is color-coded so that you can just see in a glimpse, how the product looks ingredient deck wise. I'm also going to demonstrate for you so that you can kind of get an idea of the consistency and how these products look. Today, this is all I have used for my skincare. I've been testing all of these out long enough that I really have pretty good opinion on them. And I bought all of this with my own money. So I've been collecting it as I go because it's not super cheap. So we're going to start out with masking because that's the first thing that I did today. And I masked with the Flavanone Mask. Now this is a really, really interesting mask. This is a 3.3 ounce metal tube and you get it for $60. So it's not inexpensive, but the idea behind this mask is that it's supposed to decongest your skin. It's supposed to refine the texture. It's supposed to support your barrier function, fight inflammation, and it's also supposed to not do any altering to your skin by high or low pH or by any kind of acids. Now, when I use this mask, you put a very thin layer on 1 time a week. You leave it on for 10 minutes. It does have kaolin clay, so it does dry like a mud mask. And I normally do not do that, you guys, because I have dry and dehydrated skin. But I thought I'm going to give this one a shot because I like the idea of refining the skin. As I've gotten older, something that I have noticed is less refinement to the pores and just the texture of my skin. The fact that it says it won't disrupt your barrier intrigued me because a lot of times mud masks just kind of suck the life out of you. Okay, so when I use this and I rinse it off, what I notice is my skin looks energized. It definitely looks more refined and it looks pink in a really, really good way. It looks fresh and just better. It looks better. Something that you need to know about this mask is that when you rinse it off, it stings. And they tell you that in the description of the product. So I expected it, but I still was a little bit kind of shocked by it has a little bit of a sting to it. It subsides relatively fast. And I think that that might be partially, whatever that stinging is partially responsible for the glow that you have after you take this off. Now, 3.3 ounces, honestly, is going to last forever because you really need a very, very thin layer and you just use it 1 time a week. So this is definitely something that was unexpected. Picked it up kind of with high hopes of a refinement to the skin and super happy with this one. So next on my list is going to be the voicemail mask. That one is the one that I want to try next, but I really, really like this one. So this was a hit for me. The next thing that I did, and I do all the time, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time, is the superoxide dismutase saccharide mist. Now, I am sorry because I know that this is sold out everywhere right now. They will restock. It's an amazing product, and that is why it's sold out everywhere. I've talked about this so much that I don't want to go on and on, but what you need to know is that superoxide is a free radical that is produced in our cells that can cause some damage to our cells. Superoxide dismutase is the crime fighter to that, is the good guy to the superoxide bad guy, okay? And probably the most profoundly potentially damaging free radical in our body. Free radicals are definitely one of those things that can age us. They cause this repetitive damage and they just chip away at the youthfulness of our cells and our body, whether they come from the inside or they're generated from something external like sun damage. So I love this mist. I think the reason why I love it mostly is because of the saccharide in here. That saccharide actually provides a ton of hydration that just kind of plumps up your skin and makes it look really, really good without being weighty or anything on the skin. And it gives you kind of an instant gratification of hydration. And knowing that that superoxide dismutase is in there doing some crime fighting work in my skin is a bonus. So this is a huge, huge recommendation of mine. It's 8 ounces and it's $50, but it goes forever. I am so generous with this. I spray my face, my décolleté, my arms, my hands. You guys, I am generous. And it lasts forever. So it is a really, really great buy. One of my favorites from the entire line. It will come back in stock. Just watch for it. If I see it come back in stock, I will obviously let you know, but it's a good one. Okay, next thing that I did today is the multi-molecular hyaluronic acid complex. You know, when I first got this, I was kind of, I don't think I read up about it a lot and I sort of set it aside. I didn't give it a chance. This has become one of my favorite hyaluronic acids that I own. It has 12 different versions of HA in here. It does a lot of mushroom hyaluronic acid. It uses tremella. It uses hyaluronic acids in different weights. And for me, hyaluronic acid has 2 purposes. One is to use during microneedling, and in that case, this would not be for that. In the case of microneedling, I only ever use very limited ingredients and high molecular weight hyaluronic acid. So that's a different kind of HA. That's the kind that you're going to needle in, and you need it to be really, really simple and a big molecule that is going to be anti-inflammatory. This is something that you're going to only put on topically, and because it has those multiple weights, you get the large molecular weight that does a bunch of surface softening and hydration. You get the medium weight that's able to penetrate just a touch and gets that mid-level hydration. And then you have the smaller size that penetrates in and is able to more deeply hydrate your skin. The other thing about this is it has some ingredients that are supposed to help your body produce its own hyaluronic acid more efficiently and more like it did when we were young, because of course, as everything goes, we produce less hyaluronic acid as we age, which is part of the reason why we're a little bit more dehydrated as we get older. We're producing less glycosaminoglycans, which help to provide strength and hydration to our deeper tissues. This helps to produce that hyaluronic acid a little bit more, to kind of pat that on the butt and say, get back to work, get more hyaluronic acid in the tissue, be more hydrated, look more youthful. It is a fantastic hyaluronic acid for cosmetic use, for use in your skincare routine, not in microneedling. So I literally spray the superoxide dismutase or whatever mist you have or essence. And before that is completely dry, I go ahead and put this on. I pat it into my skin, I work it into my skin, and I definitely feel hydrated. I feel much more hydrated. You can tell a difference right when you use it. You don't need a ton of it. It's very spreadable, but then it soaks in and hydrates your skin. It's quite impressive. If you look at the ingredient deck, you see all of that blue. It's a really great product. So this is another hit. The next product that I did this morning is the Neck Elasticity Catalyst. You guys know, if you followed me for any length of time, that neck creams and eye creams are not something that I normally promote, because I really feel like the skincare that we use on our face can be pulled down our neck and can be really effective. It's important to know that the skin on our neck is a little bit different. We have less sebaceous glands, so we need a little bit more hydration. But I often feel like eye creams and neck creams are kind of cash grabs from companies. Now, this one has a super, super impressive ingredient deck. It does. It is a serum gel. Hopefully you can see it in there. I hate the packaging. I just really think this packaging is awful. I keep it stored upside down. Normally it's been sitting here while I was getting ready for the video, but normally I keep this stored upside down just so that some of that product is at, at the opening when I open it. But I do not like sticking my finger in there. Obviously I could use a spatula, but that seems really high maintenance to me. I've been using this for a while, and it's funny because it smells exactly like the Skin Medica HA5, and it smells exactly like the Inky Liz polyglutamic acid product. I smell something in here is exactly the same. And what that tells me, partially, obviously, is that that same hydrating ingredient is in here. And I think that's probably where this shines, is that it is incredibly lightweight, but gives a lot of hydration. The company claims that it's going to help with your elastin. It's going to help fight off, the anti-elastin properties that happen as we age. I've not noticed a difference in my neck at all. It's been very elegant to use once I'm able to get it out of this little bottle, but I haven't put it on and then even felt super hydrated. I will say that when I wear it, I don't feel like my neck is sticky. And that is one thing when you're putting stuff on your neck, that you don't want your neck to feel kind of sticky. Like if you look down and it kind of feels like it sticks to itself. It doesn't have that. It soaks right in. But this is one of those that if you said to me, would you rebuy it? I would not rebuy it. I would not rebuy it. I will obviously finish this and maybe my opinion will change once I'm completely done with it. But it's $70 for 1.7 ounces. And I just feel like you should use your money on things that you can put on your face that are great to pull down your neck, and do that as an all-in-one versus buying something like this just for your neck. So there you go. Good ingredients though. It has good ingredients. Next, what I use today as my moisturizer / hydrator is the modulating glucosides. This is such an interesting product, you guys. This one is super, super hydrating. Tons of humectants in here, but no hyaluronic acid. It has all kinds of ingredients that are going to give you a serious shot of hydration, but at the same time, some major soothing. So if you are someone with sensitive skin, reactive skin, if you get itchy, if you get red, this could be a fantastic moisturizer. I really do think that it is moisturizing enough to wear, especially in the summer. Looks like this. And you can see it's not what you would think like it's a serum. It's like a lotion, almost like a lotion serum. But you guys, it is incredibly silky and hydrating. Now the ingredient deck in here is incredible. It's a beautiful ingredient deck and I really, really like it. I love the velvety texture and it wears incredibly well under makeup. It is very, very pretty under makeup. This would be fantastic if you are normal to dry, dehydrated. This is great. Okay, next I'm going to tell you about the photography fluid. I have two. I have spoken about these before. I have one that is tan and then I have one that is kind of like a gold. Now the gold is my fail. I just didn't care for the color at all. It's this white color. I'm actually going to show you guys. It's this white color. Now the ingredients in here are they're very good. There's all kinds of hydrators in here. This one just wasn't something that I could figure out how to use in my daytime routine. So that it just didn't work. Do you see how it's really lightened up my hand? It's just didn't work for me. So the fail was the 12%, which is the lighter of the two. The one that I really, really do like is the photography fluid opacity 8%. This one comes in tan and I really like it. I think the color of it is beautiful. I forgot to film this part, but I am wearing this today underneath my makeup just for a little bit of a bronzy glow. I have a couple products like this that I'm testing right now and I'm loving it in the summer when I haven't self-tanned yet, but I'd like to get a little bit of a bronzy glow. it's kind of a nice way to fake it out, and then it just washes off at night. The tone of this one is very neutral. It is not, you know, too orange, and it's definitely not too cool and gray, but it gives just a little bit of a luminosity and kind of a tan glow on your skin. I don't know. I definitely wouldn't say that it's skincare. It does have some great ingredients and it doesn't have any bad ingredients, but it's kind of like a bronzing primer that just has some good ingredients and nothing bad in it. So that one is a hit for me as well. Now, one more super hit is the Survival. This one is probably right up there, you guys, with the copper peptides that we're going to talk about in a minute, and also the mist. This product is a laundry list of great ingredients. When you look at this ingredient deck, it's almost shocking. I knew how good this one was, but it's almost shocking to look at it in print, all of the good ingredients. Now, this is meant to be used at night when you sleep. And the deal with this one is that it is going to scavenge free radicals in your sleep to protect your skin from oxidative stresses. And I cannot stress enough, no pun intended, how important antioxidants are. Now, you guys all know that I am taking liposomal C, and I recommend that you talk to your doctor and consider doing that, because those internal antioxidants can not only help, you know, boost your collagen production, but just help to keep our cells free of that kind of damage. That's what this is all about. It's about really protecting your skin. Now, if you can imagine that free radicals are like the gremlins when they get bad at night and they turn into those little monsters, well, products like this are the antidote to that. They're what turn them back into the little fuzzy creatures that are really sweet. They are just neutralizing those little terrorizers inside our skin. That's what antioxidants are doing. This is jam-packed with not only antioxidants, but all kinds of other skin-loving ingredients that are meant to boost our youthfulness in our skin and protect it. It is a fantastic product. This is definitely like top 3 for me from the entire line is the Survival. And it's kind of a dark horse because it's a nighttime product. And I think antioxidants they just don't get enough love because they're not as, you know, active necessarily as your retinoids or your alpha hydroxy acids where you peel or anything. I really just can't stress enough how important antioxidant protection is. As important as all of those things we just talked about is your antioxidants. And this is a holy grail when it comes to that. Now, at night also, of course, I'm doing copper peptides. And I've said this for quite a while that the copper amino isolate serum, serum, this is my favorite right now. I am out of this. I saved a drop so that I could show it to you guys. And let me tell you how difficult that was because I knew there was a little bit in there. So you can see, maybe, this is what it looks like. It's a very deep blue, extremely watery, right? So it's a very nice texture. The nice thing about this particular copper peptide, and I will link my entire copper peptide video so you can kind of get a little bit more in depth about copper peptides, is that it comes to you in 2 bottles and you mix them fresh. They have a patent pending on that. And I think that that is so super cool that you know that you are getting a fresh mix of the copper peptides and then also free GHK that is going to just do all kinds of anti-aging benefits. It's going to help to retexturize the surface of your skin. But more than anything, copper, like I have said so many times, is integral in so many enzymatic functions in our body. It's super, super important in the production of superoxide dismutase, which is in this guy and is in this guy. That's the crime fighter that's helping protect us from the free radical superoxide. So copper helps that process. Copper is integral in the enzymatic process of collagen synthesis. So copper is super, super important in our anti-aging arsenal, okay? And I love this one. This is another one that is very popular and it's sold out. And I want you to know that I'm right there with you. I can't buy it either. So I am super bummed that I'm basically out. Now I can use it tonight, but I'm basically out, and I also have to just wait for it to come back into stock. So I'm right there with you, but this is a favorite. Check out my copper peptides video if you want, a little bit more of a breakdown. Now, on the flip side, they also have a copper amino isolate lipid. Now it is in a tube. I showed it a long time ago. I actually gave it away because it was a fail for me. Now what it is it is a fat soluble copper peptide. So you're going to get this copper peptide that's theoretically able to penetrate your skin a little bit better because of your lipid barrier. And it's in a really almost Vaseline ointment type of consistency. Now, I didn't like it because it broke me out, and I'm not super breakout prone, but I got little pimples on my face, and then I decided that I would go ahead and just use it on my neck because I wasn't going to continue to use it on my face and break out. My neck broke out. So I definitely caution you, if you have sensitivities, if you are acne prone, that you think about maybe this one versus the CAIL, because it took me a couple weeks to get through that breakout from that product. I know that a lot of people love it, and I think that that is awesome. If it works for you, it is a very, very impressive copper peptide if it works for you. And so I just want to caution those of you who are sensitive or you're acne prone. Let me know some of your favorites from the line. What do I need to try next? I know I want to try the voicemail mask, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think about maybe some of their cleansers. I haven't tried any of those yet, but I'd be really, really open to recommendations. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Say hi in the comments, subscribe if you are new, and definitely check out my Instagram if you have a moment. I hope that you guys are all safe, and I hope that you are healthy, and I will talk to you in my next skincare video. Take care.